All right, boys, in today's video, we'll be taking a look at the top 10 wide receivers in the game. This is one I have not done in like 2.5 weeks. I didn't even realize how long it's been since the last time I did it. We've actually have, I think, 4 or 5 new guys on this list. I'll also be mentioning a new card that is currently coming out today as well. He's not going to be on the list because we don't know his abilities yet, but I'll explain why. But if you guys enjoy top 10s, you enjoy gameplays on new cards, this is the right channel for you. Make sure to hit that like and hit that sub button. We're on that road to 40,000 subscribers. And I also stream on Twitch every single day at 1 p.m. Eastern. Come check us out on Twitch. We'll probably be streaming today with the new promo coming out. But other than that, let's get right into it. Before we start today's video, I wanted to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, MutPacks.com. You can click the link down below and open exciting packs, win tons of coins, and withdraw your account right away. You could use promo code CHEW for 15% off. Lastly, when you sign up down below, you can get a free 10,000 coin pack as well. Hey boys, before we get into it, I just want to mention Equanimous St. Brown. I'm hoping I'm saying his name right. He is a 6'5", a 99 speed card. They did not nerf the Easter Strat card like they said they would, so he's going to be 99 speed. We don't know his abilities yet, but he's 100% going to be a top 10 receiver if he gets short in and short out for one, or route tech and short out for one. Whatever combo he gets, I'm hoping he really gets it, but I just can't put him in the top 10 yet because we don't know his abilities. But statistically, height, speed, everything wise, he's arguably a top 5 receiver in the game if he obviously gets the good abilities. I know the name value's not there, but this card's amazing. But other than that, now let's get into our top 10. All right, so at number 10, we are starting off with a 6'2" wide receiver in Jerry Rice. He actually is our shortest receiver. I will mention this right now. I do feel like it's hard to rank these wide receivers because I know most people do like the height. Personally, with me, I do kind of like the shorter guys at times. Like, I feel like the 5'11" to 6'1" guys do get a little bit better route separation on guys and man coverage. But then again, they also do not get the high ball ags over some people. And also, you will not get like the best angles of throws because they are shorter behind like linebackers and whatnot. But Jerry Rice right here, I think he's the best of both worlds. A pretty solid height, still 99 speed as well. I hate that this is probably his last card. He's not a gold 99, and that word next to his name, supporting cast on a Jerry Rice card, is just still oblivious to me, but it's whatever at the end of the day. I do think this card is still very good. Obviously, every single card on this list does get a combination of route tech and short out for 1. So you can see right here, he gets short out for 0 and then route tech for 1, which is very, very nice in the game. So Jerry Rice, I definitely do think is still a top 10 receiver in the game. But when you look at a lot of the 6'2" guys, Zay Jones is basically the same guy as him. There's a lot of guys that are very similar to Jerry Rice. I just chose him because I think he's the easier answer right here at 10. Number 9, we do have Chris Carter, and this just shows you how good this list is. Chris Carter, 6'3". I absolutely loved using this card. I used him for like the full week after he came out, and that's considered long for me. I get really bored with cards. I usually switch in and out. Obviously, a newer name to the game. We haven't seen him in Madden in a while. He's very good. 6'3", 99 speed. He's another guy that's new on this list as well. Was not on the last top 10. And he's going to be on it for a while. I don't know. Obviously, we're going to go and take it soon. He is at number 9 right here. But he is a very good card nonetheless. All these cards will be usable for the rest of the year. There's plenty of cards left off this list that are elite cards in the game as well. And Chris Carter, obviously getting good abilities too. You'll come down here. Route tech for 0 is amazing. I noticed some people have asked me if short out elite is a necessity. I have used it in every formation. I have seen it being used and worked on. It works against the press. Even inside the numbers, I've seen it light up. Basically against you, you can't get man press with it. So I do think it's a necessity. Every single person should have it on their field to help against. Also, we start getting 1-7 heads and whatever. I think it still does light up against those abilities. So Chris Carter, yeah, definitely a beast in the game and gets a good stack. At number 8, we do have DK Metcalf, and DK is still very good. He's basically the same exact card as our guy Chris Carter right there, a 6'3" wide receiver. But the one thing you'll notice with DK is he is a heavy wide receiver. I will say I have not noticed him to run clunky as well. I feel like that does kind of come in when you're like 245 pounds plus, because that's always the air trucking thing. So you'll notice that on like tight ends, but DK is obviously missing that mark by 10 pounds. So he still feels good out there. He has 99 speed. He is also really good after the catch, 96 trucking, 98 break tackle. Obviously, we know that it's kind of a cherry on top. I don't think it's a necessity. It helps, but it's still, you know, you'll get like a couple good plays, but it's not really like something game changer at the end of the day. But you'll see short and elite for 0, and then you come up here, short out elite for 1. All these guys really do get the same abilities. I really wish there was more abilities that mattered in this game. Deep out elite is meh, right? KOs kill it. Red zone threat is like the best one in my opinion. I think matchup nightmare is the biggest facade in the game. It lights up, but it doesn't even really do much. I don't know. I feel like the only things you really need are the route running abilities, but yeah, I mean, he gets them, and then he gets red zone for 1 if you really wanted that too. DK is definitely a solid card in the game, boys. Number 7, we do have Herman Moore, and Herman Moore is one that I was kind of debating moving over for DK. They're basically almost the same card, right? Both gonna get 99 speed. One is 6'4", one is 6'3". But the reason why I was kind of leaning DK for a second there is that he was a lot bigger wide receiver. He's gonna be better after the catch. But then I noticed Herman Moore has 97 trucking and 98 break tackle too, which is insane, because if you see him in game, he looks like a twig out there, which I'll take, man. Herman Moore has always been good this entire year. He had that legend card. I remember literally doing that gameplay and spending 1.2 mil on him. He had that Christmas card, which was one of the best wide receivers in the game. He gets this card, which I know the supporting cast cards were a little meh. Nobody really cared about him too much, but this card is still very, very good. Trust me, to this day, I still see him a lot out there. So at number 6, I do have Harold Carmichael, and I really did want to kind of put him higher. I really did. I feel like this is still one of the best wide receivers in the game, and the reason why he's still one of the best is because of the Easter strat card. Basically, that card makes these older cards really, really good, getting them up to a usable speed. He is the only guy that's not 99 speed on this list. But as you guys know, his advantage is that he is 6'8", and I've seen this guy bail out the absolute blindest throws in Madden. It is insane what this card can do. We've all seen it firsthand. We've all used this card. But yeah, he also does get the good ability to have route tech for 1, short out elite for 0 as well, which is nice. And did I just realize that he gets another special? He gets tank for 1 too? That is actually kind of crazy. I did not know he gets tank, route tech, and short out for a total of 2, which is, I don't think tank is like the best ability, but it could help. You never know. You could break that 1 tackle in the 2nd level. I don't know, man. Carmichael, I still feel like he's one of the harder ones to rank because he's not the best route runner. You'll notice he doesn't get the best separation, but if used correctly, he's arguably a top 3 receiver in the game. At number 5, we have Mike Williams. I remember actually I did the top 10 wide receivers the day after he came out, and I remember saying on the video, I know they're about to nerf the card, so I ranked them a little bit higher, or a little bit lower. I knew they were going to rank I can't talk. They were going to nerf the Easter strat card. I don't know why I couldn't spit that out right there. But I thought he was going to be 98 speed, but he is still 99 speed to this day. So a 6'4", 99 speed. Basically, he's like a little bit bigger version of Herman Moore. I would say he's like 10 pounds heavier, and he's also getting good after the catch stats as well. And then good abilities on him too. You're getting route tech for 0, and then also that short end for 0 as well. He will get like the red zone threat, the matchup nightmare if you want to throw any of those crazy abilities on him too. Mike Williams, I love this card. I did a gameplay on him. I used him for a while as well. I do think that's one of the worst card arts in the game, but you know, I'll take it. Mike Williams is a good card in the list and definitely still a top 5 receiver to the day. Another guy just like Herman Moore, where he's had many good cards. I remember also his Christmas card too was the best wide receiver in the game for at least 2 weeks. At number 4, we have Dwight Clark, and there's a reason why right here. I do think I would rather have Dwight Clark than the next guy. Not really. I don't know. I feel like it's arguable, but the reason why I don't have Dwight Clark right in the top 3 is because the next guy gets 2 0 AP abilities and Dwight Clark doesn't. But I feel like Dwight Clark has played amazing for me. I don't know what it has to do with the perfect physicals. He has 99 speed, 99 excel, 99 agility on a 6'4" player model is amazing. And if you've used this card, he's basically Dave Casper. He looks exactly like Dave Casper out there, but he moves like a wide receiver. And also, when you look at the cross the stats, 95 break tackle, which is amazing. I know some people like to get in the nitty gritty and look at like the blocking. I personally never look at it. He doesn't really have much anyways, but if you're a runner, obviously that means a little bit, but I don't really rank those in these videos because they're like I said, those are for like very scheme dependent. But this card, I used him. I still have him on my team. He's actually still in the God Squad right now. Route Tech for 0, short and elite for 1. Everybody gets that combo. But obviously with the newer cards, you can get some crazy abilities too. You can get the grab and go. He gets Playmaker as well. Red Zone Threat for 0 if you wanted to use that as well. They get everything on the newer 99s. Even Human Joystick for 1 on a 6'4" wide receiver after the catch might even be glitchy if you have crazy AP to spend. But Dwight Clark has been nothing but great for me on this team. At number 3, we do have Randy Moss. And Randy Moss is still one that I do think is amazing. Obviously 6'4". He's basically almost the same card as Dwight Clark, a little bit less in the weight, which like I said, that's really just a cherry on top. Nitty gritty stuff right there. Randy Moss, really good though. I mean, he's going to get 2 0 AP abilities. He's the only wide receiver in the game does. But the reason why I don't have him number 1 is because those two, actually no, there's 2 people that get 2 0 AP abilities. But the reason why I don't have Randy Moss at 1 is because his 0 AP ability, like I told you guys earlier, Deep Out Elite is mid this year. It's super mid. It doesn't cancel out KOs. If it does, it's like a 2% chance. I've seen it cancel out KOs, but like it's very rare, and it's after you take 2 steps and you hold onto the ball barely, right? It sucks, but KOs obviously outpower everything. They overpower the X Factor as well, which is insane. But Randy Moss, obviously one of the best wide receivers of the game. It's it doesn't hurt to have a free ability anyways. You're gonna get deep out elite for free, and then you'll also have either human joystick, route tech, and then you get the short out elite too, which is really, really good on him. So Randy Moss, very good card in the game. Just I wish, like, I'm not mad at the deep out elite. I just wish it wasn't a terrible ability or a useless ability, if you will. So at number 2, I do have Calvin Johnson. I do think Calvin Johnson is probably the best wide receiver when you throw abilities out the window, right? But I think the next guy, he's just, I don't know. I'll explain it when we get to number 1. I'll explain why I have him at 1. But Calvin Johnson is still one of the best wide receivers in the game. 6'5". He is heavy too, 236 pounds. And you'll see, just like DK, 97 break tackle, 96 trucking after the catch. And then you're going to get every single team chem on him as well, which is very, I wouldn't say it's that valuable because he's getting 99 speed anyways, but it could help your theme team if you have a weak wide receiver position. But when you come down here, he gets every ability. And also the X factor, I will say as well, I think this is the worst the X factor's ever been. It still can bail you out at times. We all know that, but it's kind of still mid. It's still really, really mid. The one thing he does get though, this is an ability. He gets it in an actual ability slot, not an X factor slot. He does get the max security, which should help against KOs. I've used it for a while now, and I'm gonna be honest, KOs are just killing it. I've seen it work a couple times, but like I said, with the D-Bot Elite, KOs will still win 90% of the time. It really does suck. So even that benefit of having max security really doesn't even feel like it really helps, and it's just a waste of AP. But Calvin, I still feel like has to be up here just from physicals and stats alone. And at number 1, I do have CeeDee Lamb, and I do think CeeDee Lamb as a wide receiver, obviously being 6'2" and just being a normal wide receiver, he's still good, right? He'd probably be at the number 10 spot right now in the game. But as you guys know, with CeeDee Lamb, he is still the only wide receiver in the game. Yes, 2 months later, basically, the only wide receiver in the game that gets short out and short in for 0 AP. The only one, which is insane. The only reason I have him at number 1, I know it's getting really boring that he's up here. He was one of the best wide receivers in the game early on. He was a free card, so we're all sick of CeeDee Lamb, besides Cowboys fans at this point, right? I have to have him here, right? I do think if there was a tournament today, or if everybody was sweating and trying to build the best team possible, CeeDee Lamb would be on every single team. There is no question. I think you could argue Randy Moss would not be on there. You could argue that Calvin wouldn't be on there. You can't argue that CeeDee wouldn't be on there. He would be on every single team. Saving AP is the biggest thing in this game, and he gets it for 0. You do not have to spend a single AP on this card to make him good at all. Not a single AP. That's why I think CeeDee Lamb is the most valuable and probably still the best wide receiver in the game to this day. All right, boys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment down below which wide receivers are you rocking right now in the game. I've been switching out a lot. I've been using guys that are like not the best cards of the game. Like I've been using Debo, Devontae Smith, basically just newer cards, having fun with it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video though, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, boys.